Democrats' hopes to pass a comprehensive climate change bill have collapsed. Majority Leader Reid announced that the Senate will instead pursue a scaled-back plan without a cap-and-trade program. Now, Senator John Kerry, the co-author of the Senate's original comprehensive climate measure, sat down with Bloomberg's Al Hunt yesterday, and he said he hopes legislators can still reach a deal.
This is not dead. We're going to continue to work. It may well be that after the election, if that's what happens, I mean, we'll continue to try over the next weeks. But if it's after the election, it may well be that some members are free and liberated and feeling that they can take a risk or do something, or you know, the whole political landscape may have changed in some way. I don't know.
You can watch the full interview tonight on Political Capital at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But for now, let's bring in the man himself, Washington executive editor Al Hunt from Bloomberg's brand spanking new studio. You make it look good, Al.
Better when you're here, Margaret.
Al, so tell me, with Senator Kerry, I mean, how disappointed was he that this watered-down version of energy reforms, what's being considered?
Very disappointed, and it's going to be a real slog to get anything more than that through. The calendar works against Senator Kerry and Senator Lieberman. There's only a couple dozen legislative days. There's the Kagan nomination, appropriations bills, maybe some mini stimulus stuff, so it's very hard. As for the prospects in a lame duck or post-election session, Margaret, it's almost impossible to take up a major controversial piece of legislation that divides along partisan lines after the voters have probably moved more in the Republican column in November.
Right, and there is significant pushback from the energy industry against this particular part, but something is at least nominally going to be taken up here, right, in terms of the oil spill response?
They will raise the cap on oil companies' liabilities for things like the BP oil spill. There'll be some energy efficient incentives, tax and the like, but it'll be pretty modest stuff.
All right. Well, I want to get to something perhaps a little bit more gossipy, but certainly interesting, from Charlie Rangel. Now, he referred his ethics investigation issues for review, but this wasn't exactly the result he was looking for, right?
No, it wasn't. It was a stinging rebuke of the congressman. And let me tell you something that's fascinating. Charlie Rangel was first elected to Congress in 1970. You were about -10, Margaret. But he was elected when he defeated a long-time entrenched Harlem Congressman Adam Clayton Powell, Jr., who got caught up in ethical transgressions, and that's how the reformer Charlie Rangel won. This September, Rangel is being challenged by Adam Clayton Powell IV, the congressman's son. This is deja vu, or reverse deja vu, all over again.
So, what's happening with that election? I mean, our fellow Democrats are stepping back from him, distancing
It's always
themselves?
tough to predict Harlem because Charlie has been an institution, but Adam Clayton Powell was an institution also. This is certainly going to not help him. My guess is he'll still try to settle this rather than go before the House to be judged on this. But it's a really sad ending to a career of a Korean War hero and a man who served the people of Harlem well. It's just sad to watch.
It'll be widely watched, that's for sure, as to what happens next. What are you watching? What's in your notebook, Al?
Well, a lot of things, but one of which is this looming battle over the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Agency. Elizabeth Warren, the consumer advocate, is widely thought to be the frontrunner. The White House says there are three models they're looking at of people who've taken over new agencies and really set the right tone. Joe Kennedy at the SEC 75 years ago, and in the 70s, Bill Ruckelshaus at EPA, and Alice Rivlin at the Congressional Budget Office. I think when you set those up as your standards, I'm not sure that spells Elizabeth Warren. It may be that at least the White House for now is looking more at Michael Barr, the Treasury official.
Barr. He's another name? All right, we'll watch him. Thank you, Al Hunt there.